I chose to apply for PhDs when I completed my Masters of Research. And when I was looking for PhDs, I was looking for PhDs in vitamin D in particular. It was an area I was interested in. I'd been reading some of the research that my supervisors had put out there into the community, and I was intrigued about the research that we do at Ulster. So I applied through findaphd.com and was invited for an interview just before the COVID-19 lockdown. So I had the opportunity to come and visit Ulster University when I was doing my interview, and the facilities are phenomenal within biomed and within niche in particular. But additionally, when I was researching for PhDs at Ulster, there's the opportunity to conduct yourself with training in the research development programme. And these are short courses that can take a day to a week, and they allow you to develop as a researcher. So it will include things such as improving your writing, improving your communication, your spoken communication, as well as working on resilience, statistics, everything that you need to be a well-rounded researcher by the time you finish your PhD. I applied for my PhD at Ulster, and there was the opportunity to apply for a scholarship. And with that scholarship comes from the Department of Education, and that pays for the bench fees, so you don't need to pay your fees for attending university, as well as giving you a stipend to live on. So you don't need to have necessarily a part-time job. It makes it an affordable way to continue doing your PhD. And as well, you can supplement your income with teaching. I've taken on various teaching roles within the university. So to supplement some of the costs of doing a PhD, you can get a research training support grant. You get a research training support grant, and that allows you to cover some of the costs of your research. So for me, being in biomed, that would include some of the blood tubes that we use for taking samples. And I've had the opportunity to train in phlebotomy, and my research training grant covered the cost of that. So that's a skill that I'll have for life that I can take on after my PhD. Being a PhD researcher, I need to be fully accountable to my own day. When you're undergrad and masters, you're still taught to a great degree, whereas when you start your PhD, it's up to you to manage your time and your workload efficiently. For me, being in biomed and working with participants, my day can start sometimes from 8 o'clock in the morning. I'll come into the lab, I'll grab a coffee first things first, and then start working on emails and communication with my participants. I might then have some teaching later on in the morning, and I'll follow that up with more preparation for my participants coming in the afternoon. We run our appointments within niche, within the HISU, and then we would process the bloods afterwards. So sometimes we might not finish until 8 o'clock at night. But on the flip side of that, although it's a long day, I can then choose the next day to work a bit of a shorter day or come in a bit later. Additionally, we have to do our readings and continue to write and practice some of these skills for research that you're never going to have your supervisor telling you really what you need to do, how you need to do it, and when you need to do it. It's up to you to develop your own plan of how you're going to get through the next 3 years and to execute it effectively and efficiently. Some people prefer working in the evenings, so you can work in the evenings. Some people prefer working in the mornings, so you can work in the mornings. And it's a great flexibility that you are never going to have again in your life, really, from a working point of view. So being based in Ulster, we get really great support from the doctoral college. And within the doctoral college, there's the admin staff who can help you with almost anything that you have a problem with. We've got our supervisors who usually we would meet once a week, and as well as that, there are support services. Although I've never had to avail of that, I do have friends that have, and they've really said it's helped them get through some of the ups and downs of doing a PhD. The great thing about doing a PhD is that your research travel grant can help support any conferences that you want to go to. I've had the opportunity to present at the Irish Section Nutrition Conference, and I'll be presenting again in the summer. Additionally, within the doctoral college, they hold PhD festival where we can present our work, as well as the 3-minute thesis which I'm competing in. These experiences are really great for developing your own self-belief and your own confidence that we can use and have in our CVs for life. So coming towards the end of my second year, I need to start thinking about jobs after a PhD. I have a bunch of transferable skills. I can communicate well, I can write well, I'm published, and I'm presenting later this evening. Additionally, I have phlebotomy training. I have my researcher skills that I can use, so communicating with participants, children and adults, as well as colleagues, and working in a multidisciplinary team. All of these skills that I've developed over the last 2 years are really going to leave me in good stead for the future.